Okay, I have one extremely lazy eye today and I'm not even going to apologise. Hello and welcome to Molly's Makeup World. Today isn't a makeup video, but it is about my travelling when I went travelling around Europe for a month. And I wanted to share with you guys some facts and some bits that I learned that I should have done or things that I wish I had done whilst going away, and also some bits that I learned are essential, like you need these things, otherwise you will just fail at travelling. So I have written a list here on my phone, so I'm just going to go through it and show some of the things, show you guys some of the things that I took with me that were definitely essential. So it's just 22 things that I learned that I definitely need to take. So, number 1. The first thing that I really regret doing, well, not regret doing as such, that I still had a really good time, but like something that I wish I'd done differently was booking all my places in advance. I booked my whole month before I went. I knew what I was going to be doing nearly every single day, and I really do regret that, because then as soon as I made friends somewhere, like I couldn't follow them and I couldn't go travelling with them. I had to break away from them at that place and go my own way, because I'd already booked my hostels, I'd already booked my trains. So I regret doing that, but it was still such good fun to go and do my own thing as well. Number 2. Money belts are essential. People keep saying they're not, you don't need them. You do. If you're going to places, like for example when I went to Rome, I only had my rucksack, and I had like my big rucksack, a little rucksack, and I think I had a little clutch bag as well. I didn't want to be carrying any of those around with me. I was going out for a day, I was going for quite a bit of hiking, but I didn't really want that, so I literally, this money belt was my saviour. I had one like this, and I also had a skin coloured one, but this one was the best one because it's not so much about hiding everything underneath you, blah blah, it's about just having it there on your front, so you know where all your bits are, you have your hands free, you can use your cameras, you can use your phone, you can take loads of pictures, you can take in all the sights, instead of having to worry about a bag being on your back or having something in your hand all the time. It was just so much easier. Number 3. One thing that I do really regret taking with me is my neck pillow. It was too big, it got in the way, and I hardly used it. Sometimes when the pillows were a bit crap at hostels, I put it as an extra pillow, but other than that I literally did not use this the whole time I was away. I didn't use it on any of the trains or anything because they're just not that comfortable. You think they're going to be really comfy, and they're really not. So if you want to take one, take a blow-up one, take like a little compact one. Don't take a big thing like this because it's a waste of your space. Don't. Number 4. One thing that I think everyone should have in their wardrobe, wherever you travel. It doesn't have to be travelling around Europe, it doesn't have to be travelling in a rucksack, even if you've got a suitcase. Take pods. These are lifesavers. All you do is you fill it up with your clothes nice and neatly, you roll it over at the top, you can squash all the air out as you roll it, so that it's all compact and suctioned in, and you can fit more stuff in your suitcase. As soon as it's in your suitcase full like this, it's all compact. You know, oh, I can peel that one out, that's got all my pants, my socks, my bras, my underwear, whatever in it. You're sorted then. You don't have to go rummaging through your bag trying to find different new pairs of socks, clean pairs of socks, clean pants. But you just know the clean ones are in the blue pod. Number 5. Is a GoPro is not needed. Unless you're going to be doing loads of vlogging, unless you're going to go swimming loads with it, unless you're going to be doing loads of exploring and things where GoPro will be safer to take, a GoPro is not essential. My GoPro took up way too much room in my bag. I had to lug it around with me. I took it nearly everywhere I went, like out in the day, and it just weighed so much, like it was such a waste of my space. I regret taking it so much. I wish I'd just taken my little Canon that I'm recording on now, and that's it, because I use this so much more than I used my GoPro. Number 6. When you go to book your hostels, you really should focus on the cleanliness, like rate the cleanliness score of the hostel and the atmosphere. If everything else is really good price but your atmosphere is full, don't book it. It's so bad when you go to a hostel that has no atmosphere, that has no youth atmosphere, because you end up not making any friends. You end up putting rooms with people that you probably wouldn't mix with normally. Like went to Rome, my hostel I didn't book that hostel on my atmosphere. It was awful. I was put in a room which was a mixed door, but there was only men in there and they were all over 40. Literally, it was the worst thing ever. I ended up moving out of that hostel and going somewhere else, which was a waste of my money as well. So, book on atmosphere, don't book on anything else.
Number 7.
Make sure you pick the main sites you want to go and see in every city before you go. Otherwise you'll get sidetracked when you get there and you won't focus on the main sites you want to see. So what I did was I made a list of every single site I wanted to go and see and then made sure I did those. It wasn't a big list, it was maybe 5 sites I wanted to go and see in every city, and made sure I saw those sites so that when I met friends and stuff, they could tag along with me, or after I'd seen those sites, I could go with them and see other things that I wanted that I hadn't got down to go and see.
Number 8.
I saw quite a bit of family and friends while I was travelling, and as fun as it was, don't spend a week there. It's your time to go and explore, not to just catch up with people.
Number 9.
This journal is my lifesaver, because you will go and do and see so much within one day. You will not remember it by the end of your trip. You won't. And I know people are like, oh well, you know, it's a great time, you will remember it. You will not remember all of it. But this journal has literally everything I did every single day, with posters, everything in it. So then I know I can look back through this and I can remember what I did every day in here. I can remember and I can look back and be like, whoa, what an amazing day that was. Whoa, what things I saw that day.
Number 10.
Don't buy a souvenir from every place. Keep ticket stubs, keep maps of things you saw, keep entrance tickets, keep wristbands if you get wristbands, keep little flyers or posters you find. Don't bother with the whole, I'm going to buy a souvenir from each place, like a shot glass. I started with that. Started buying a shot glass from every place. Biggest regret of my life. I don't have all them all now because they weighed quite a bit, some of them. Some of them got smashed.
Number 11.
Oh yeah, one of my biggest regrets was you need to take one extra layer of clothing that you think you'll need. So I only took one cardigan, I took one jumper, and I took one coat. I really wish I'd taken another cardigan or another jumper, because there was days when the cardigan or jumper I'd taken with me did not suit my outfit. They looked horrible, and I didn't want to wear them. So then I got cold, and then I ended up having a cold and actually got quite ill.
Number 12.
Take one smart outfit. Why? Because I didn't take any. Some of my friends that I know have taken more than one. They say they regret taking more than one. I regret taking none. Because we'd go out on a really nice out to a nice meal or something one night. On our last night, all of us were there. You had nothing nice to wear. You had shorts and a nice t-shirt maybe. Not like a nice dress or something. So I ended up buying a dress, which I know I probably shouldn't have done, but I wanted to wear something nice out on our last meal. So I ended up buying a dress, and it's just not an essential thing to buy when you're out there.
Number 13.
A hat is so essential if you're going. So I went from September to middle of October-ish, and when I got obviously to the middle of October, I was in Paris at the end, and it was cold, because Paris is cold, like England. So just make sure you take a hat, especially when you're going to go up the Eiffel Tower and it's freezing cold.
Number 14.
Hair care is not essential. It's so not essential, really not essential, no one cares. So I left my hair without straighteners for a whole month and without a hairdryer. Some places have hairdryers in your hostels, which is good, so I did use those sometimes. Or if you've got a really small compact one and you're going cold places, definitely take it because you don't want to go out with like wet hair. But I didn't mind too much because I was in the summertime. Make sure you just take a dual shampoo conditioner like combo. It doesn't matter. You are literally like, your hair is going to be up most of the time because it's going to be hot. Your hair will be under a hat. Your hair will be under a helmet if you're doing like loads of exploring things. Like, don't worry about it too much. Just make sure you've got your brush and you've got maybe a little bit of dry shampoo because that's all you'll need.
Number 15.
I regret not taking a reading light. You go to some hostels, they have reading lights. It's amazing. You have your own little cubby hole. It's great. Other places, no. There's one main light in the room, nothing else. You're screwed. So just take a reading light. I use a torch on my phone most of the time, but that was a bit annoying. If you can get one that clips to your book, it's really good. Doesn't disturb anyone else because it's quite dim, but it's enough to read your book if you're reading a book in the evening. Not that you're in hostel most evenings, but if you are, take a reading light.
Number 16.
Portable chargers are number 1 on the list of things to take. Number 1. Because when you go out and you've got your phone with you and you're on 10% and you don't want to go back to your hostel to charge it, just make sure you've got a little portable charger in your little either bum bag, or if you're taking a rucksack, in your rucksack. Just make sure you have one to hand because you will regret not having one otherwise.
Number 17.
Don't take loads of makeup. This is my makeup bag that I took with me. I took my L'Oreal Nude Matique thing. I can never say it. I didn't even take a foundation. I took a powder brush. I took some loose powder. I took a concealer, a mascara, and I think it might have been this little palette of eyeshadow. That was it. That's all I took. Oh, and I think I took one lipstick as well. I didn't take any highlighter, any contour, nothing like that. You don't need it. Like, you seriously don't need it because everyone that you'll meet is also travelling. Everyone is also living on the bare bare essentials. They don't have everything that they need, and they don't expect you to go out looking like this. Like, that just doesn't happen when you're travelling.
Number 18.
A small bottle of perfume and a roll-on deodorant is all you need to take. This is my little bottle of perfume I took with me, and I took my little roll-on deodorant as well. It takes up less room. You don't need to have like huge loads of things like a big bottle and stuff. That is just not needed. It's not essential.
Number 19.
Extra batteries for your camera is a must. I took 3 batteries for my camera with me, which was so good because I could then not charge my camera for 3 days, and then when I was on a train somewhere, I'd plug my batteries in to charge, and then I would not charge it again for 3 days. It was just really good working like that because then I knew that whenever I got somewhere, I wasn't worrying about charging things up. I'd made sure everything was charged, ready to go, and I had that whole 3 or 4 days in that place ready to.
Number 20.
Always force yourself to make new friends. You can't just seclude yourself to go and do your own thing, then coming back in the evening and having dinner. Like, I did that for the first 4 or 5 days, it was fine. Then you get bored. You get bored of your own company, you need to have people around. That we are made to be sociable people. So just go and sit in the common room area, ask someone in your room to borrow, if you can borrow something, if they've got something, and you'll make friends so easily that way.
Number 21.
Make sure you don't pack too many pairs of shoes. I packed way too many pairs. I only ended up wearing 2 or 3 pairs of them. That's all you need. You don't need to pack heels. No one wears them when you're out, when you're travelling. Pack a nice pair of Converse or flats or something like that. Nothing more than that. You don't need it, so don't bother packing it. It's just a waste of your space.
22.
My main thing, which is my last point, my main big essential is don't drink too much. Do not go on a pub crawl and get so smashed that you don't remember the evening. Don't do it. Because yes, you think you might trust these people, they might be amazing, lovely people, but you may have only known them for a day or 2. You might have only known them for a few hours. You don't know if you can trust them to look after you when you're bladdered. So don't. Have a few drinks, get merry, be happy, leave it at that. That's all you need. Obviously the main top thing is have fun. make friends, and just make sure you see all the sights you want and have the best time away. Anyway, that was my lecture about travelling. Please subscribe and please like this video. If you want any other travel tips or any questions about travelling, comment them below. I might do another travelling one soon about what apps to kind of use and stuff like that. But yeah, please give it a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. See you guys soon.